And so we say hi again, everybody, and we welcome you from Farmington High School, Falcon Field, where tonight the Farmington Falcons in the season opener will host the Ypsilanti Lincoln Rail Splitters. And I tell you what, the Falcons, they come into this one with a four-game winning streak. Okay, if you carried back to last season, when the Falcons, under then first-year head coach Jason Albrecht, finished 4-5. Well, they started 0-5. They won their last four, hence the winning streak, and in so doing finished with the best record in the district, right? North Farmington opened up their season last year by scoring better than 40 points in each of their first three games, and they were 3-0, and they looked like they were going to go to the state championship game. They didn't win another game. They finished 3-6, and again, Farmington with a better record last season. We'll see what Jason Albrecht can do in year number two. We're going to be watching, especially tonight, a kid named, well, it's spelled the same as the actor. It's spelled the same as Pesci, right? Joe Pesci, you loved him, and everybody did in I'm drawing a blank, the lawyer movie. My Uncle Vinny, great film. He was in that. Played the psycho gangster in Casino and in the Goodfellas movie. But he spells his name the same as the Falcons quarterback Dominic Pesci does, but he doesn't pronounce it Pesci. Tonight the focus will be on Dominic Pesci, number one, the quarterback for the Farmington Falcons. Falcons have, I think they won the toss. They did. I had a little trouble ascertaining what the referee tonight was trying to tell me, but indeed, the Falcons, they lost the toss. Lincoln deferred to the second half, and it's Ypsi Lincoln kicking off now. The 2022 season is underway. I'll tell you what, the Falcons ball carrier all the way out to the 40 to midfield, and finally knocked out of bounds, but not until he is in Lincoln territory. I believe that was number 5.
With the return.
Check it. Number 6. That's Keachin Wilson, a running back, senior running back for the Falcons, and he returns the opening kickoff of the season. They marked him down just inside Falcon territory at the 49-yard line, but that was a pretty solid 43, 45-yard return. He fielded the football right around the 5-yard line, so great return. Sets the Falcons up 1st and 10 at their own 49-yard line. So here we go, the first snap of this 2022 season, and it all rides on number 1, the quarterback working out of the gun. Here's a flag, Dominic Pesci. The question really is procedure against the Falcons. It'll be 1st and 15. The real question is, can Farmington find individuals for whom Pesci can throw the ball? That's the issue. Does Farmington have enough skill in the wide receiving department to move the football? Pesci last year threw for 1,900 yards and 12 touchdowns all afternoon today. And by the way, I'm Rich Kincaid. Great to be with you. All afternoon today, I'm like, was it 1,200 yards and 19 touchdowns, or was it 1,900 yards and 12 touchdowns? It's the latter, 1,912, and no gain, maybe a loss of a yard on the initial carry of the football game by Cam Petaway.
Tackle by Vasquez.
I call that no gain to bring up 2nd down and 15. Odd formation here for Jason Albrecht's Falcons. And cutting it up inside and getting the original line of scrimmage. That's Petaway, number 4.
Petaway on the
so he'll
carry.
get 5.
Vasquez on the tackle.
And 3rd down and 10 here for Farmington from their own 49-yard line. And I'll tell you what, obviously, you're getting a 5-yard penalty on 1st down hurts you. But boy, you hate to waste a return like we saw from Keachin Wilson to start the football game. Almost. Actually, it's 3rd down and 11 from the 48-yard line. An offset eye. Pesci going long down the left side, going long, touchdown. It's going to be a touchdown. It's caught down there, completed to Cam Petaway, and Petaway's going to take it to the house. 52 yards on the 3rd snap of the season. 52 yards, touchdown Farmington. A 52-yard pass from Pesci to Petaway. And just like that, the Falcons don't lose their opportunity after the great return. What an arm by Pacey. You talk about laying it in there. The defender goes down, and Petaway goes to the end zone with it.
Now Nebraska getting ready for the extra point.
So 7-0 Farmington. The extra point is up and coming. The snap's a bit high. The kick is good. Drilling it through is Kyle Braska. So 7-0 Farmington. 10:26 left to go here.
Splitter 0.
10:26 to go here in the opening quarter. So it works out to be a 3-play, 52-yard drive. And it took about a minute and a half. To be honest with you, I can't give you an elapsed time on that drive because I didn't note the time after the kick return, and a few seconds ran off the clock on the kickoff return that started the ball game. That Keishan Wilson 46-yard return. But the Falcons, just like that, up 7-0 on the Rail Splitters, coached by Chris Westfall. You talk about a veteran coach. This guy is 13 years at Lincoln, and before that, 13 years at Ann Arbor Pioneer. But they haven't had a winning season in their last 4. Braska to kick it away. Fielded by one of the up men, and he's going to have decent yardage all the way out, actually, to the 46-yard line. So the Falcons, while they didn't kick it deep, and as a result, Lincoln will start with decent, really good field position. First down and 10, 46-yard line, I believe. They get the 47. So the man to watch for Lincoln is Trey Ritchie. He's been a starter for 3 years. He's their quarterback. Ritchie is number 8. And, well, just like Pacey is for Farmington, he's the man for the Rail Splitters. I did look it up today to find out the evolution, if that's the word, of the name Rail Splitters, where it came from. And, gosh, it's just an interesting long story. So at the first time out, we've got some filler coming up for you. As you might, here's a little fake handoff, and there's a swarming Falcon defense, and there's a gain of a yard.
Oh, Madison on the tackle.
Ritchie was there to carry the ball, but Madison was there to stop him. He was only one of a number of Falcons on that play. It's a gain of a yard. I mean, it was a quarterback keeper, ultimately, but they had that little fake handoff deal going. Second down, 9 to go. Lincoln at the Lincoln 48-yard line. Just underway here at Falcon Field, where Farmington on a 52-yard Pacey touchdown pass lead Lincoln 7-0. Ball carrier out near the first down. I think he's picked it up. That was David Cook.
Number 5, David Cook on the carry.
And Cook is right to the marker, and first down. So give Cook a carry of 10. For those of you scoring at home, and gosh, who isn't? And it's first and 10. Now that's another question for the Falcons, is as you see this good-looking run by David Cook. But that's another question for the Falcons. You like their ability to put the points on the board. The question to be answered, can they prevent points from being put on the board against them? First and 10, 43-yard line. Just a simple off-guard run, and that's good for a couple of yards.
Number 2, Sean Williams on the carry.
Sean Williams with that carry.
Williams on the tackle.
I give him a gain of 3 to the 40. Oh, the Falcons in the same division they were last year, the OAA Blue. It's a 5-team division. We'll talk about that. North Farmington has joined the division. So you have to consider the Raiders. Boy, tell you what, that was a nice little fake in the backfield and a gain of about 4 yards, I believe. Well, it was Richie, number 8, the quarterback, who pulled it out of the ball carrier's belly. And, got a decent gain out of it, again, down to the 36-yard line.
3 yards to go.
And it's 3rd and 3. $7-0 Falcons. Clock is running. We are down to about 7.5 to go here in the opening quarter. It's a lovely evening here in Farmington, Michigan. It's been cloudy most of the day. It's a little muggy, but there's a breeze blowing and it's cool unless you're in this particular broadcast booth. First down for Lincoln on that carry as it's David Cook again bouncing it outside.
David Cook on the carry, pushed out of bounds by number 24, Cam Hughes. First down.
That's a couple of first downs now for Lincoln, and they're down to the Falcon 27-yard line.
Donating the proceeds of today's 50-50 raffle to Folds of Honor. Honor their sacrifice. Educate their legacy.
But at any rate, they have the windows out in the main press box, and there's a lovely breeze blowing through there. But here, it has the aspects of Cool Hand Luke to it. And I'm spending the night in the box. Great roll by Strother Martin.
On the carry for the Splitters.
Any man doesn't return his pop bottles at the night in the box.
Tackle for the Falcons.
So no gain on that play. They'll bring up second down. At the 26, Falcons with that 3-play scoring drive on their initial possession. They have the 7-0 lead on the Pesci to Petaway pass. Tackle in the backfield.
Sean Williams on the carry.
Williams on the carry, and Aaron McCray came up from his linebacker position to make the stop. Let's check this replay out. McCray is just going to shoot that. Oh, this is the previous play, which will actually result. Oh, no, it's not either. Well, there you have it. But you see what a nice play by, as the two number 2s collide, a nice play by McCray. So it's third down here. The ball all the way back to the 33-yard line. So third down, 17. Richie rolling to throw does, but a whistle has already stopped the play. So pay no attention to that football in the air. Let's see what's going on here. A penalty, I believe, against the Rail Splitters.
False start on the Splitters.
And it is. False start, 5-yard penalty. So the ball's back to the 38. It's third down. The line to gain is the 17. So it's third and 16 here. I'm thinking maybe Lincoln has just called a timeout. They have. I always wonder when you've got third and unmakeable, and maybe they'll pull out a play that'll pick up 17 yards. Or
sponsor the Grand Tavern.
Actually, they need 21, right? The football's back to the 38, so it's third down 21. And if you haven't got it together, why not take the 5-yard penalty? It really is not like it's going to matter.
Thank you, Grand Tavern, for supporting.
Instead, now timeouts are valuable. Now they're down to 2 of them. But hey, that's just me. So they got 2 timeouts left, and it's third and 21 when play resumes here. I'm not burning my Rail Splitter story just yet. But it's one word, rail splitters, and it's one of those where you kind of do a double take when you begin your research. What is that all about? You know, and well, the high school's named after Abraham Lincoln, so it involves an Abraham Lincoln story, which may or may not be true. The fact that it involves the Abraham Lincoln story is true. Whether or not the Abraham story actually happened is up for some measure of debate. So third down, 21 from the 37-yard line. Richie under pressure, and he throws it away. Well, I'm not sure he threw it away, but it did wind up out of bounds. But that pressure was coming. This Falcon defense didn't look too bad on that. Not too bad at all on that opening series of the season.
R.J. Shabazz, incomplete.
Shabazz, my favorite name on the team, was credited with one of the pressures. R.J. Shabazz. It's Shabazz. R.J. Shabazz, number 3 for the Falcons, a wide receiver and a linebacker and a senior. A lot of seniors on this Falcon roster now. But as Coach Albrecht says, they're better than they were when they were juniors. So, well, yeah, there you go. All right, fourth down. And the punt by Richie. Trying to pin him, almost did, but it goes into the end zone.
Into the end zone. Touchback.
All right, touchback, and the Falcons will take over with 5:33 to go at their own 20. And there you see it, 5:33 left in this opening quarter, and there you see it, Falcons 7. The rail splitters no score. As the Falcons got a great return on the opening kickoff to their own 49-yard line. They took a penalty before a down was played, so it was 1st and 15 from back at the 44. And after a couple plays, just about got the ball back to the original line of scrimmage. It was a 52-yard touchdown toss from Pesci to Cam Pettigrew, who ran a great route. Let's not forget that. Perfect pass. The long ball by Pesci. What a nice route run. And the result, 52-yard touchdown, 7-0 Falcon lead with the point after. Nice job. That's Petaway, number 4. And a nice job there to pick up a couple, 3 yards out of a play that looked like it might not get anything at all. And give him that gain of 3 out to the 23-yard line. Well, it's easy to keep the stats on Pesci right now. We told you last possession he threw for 1,900 yards last season. He's thrown for 52 tonight on 1 out of 1, and there's a loss of 3, and there's a flag. And you wonder when you see that 3 defenders on the ball carrier like that if there's not a face mask. We'll see. Could just as easily have been a hold in the interior line. But clearly Lincoln had that play sussed out. Face mask it is. That should be 15 and a first. And it says, to be honest with you, I'm not sure if it's a line of scrimmage foul or a spot foul, but it's 15 yards, and we'll see. So the ball's either going to be at the 35 or the 38, and we'll see where it is when they stop walking. Referee tonight, he's the guy with the white cap on. It's Mike Luttenberger. So they put it at the 36, so it is a spot foul. The foul occurred at the 21-yard line. We learned together. So face mask, pen. 1st and 10, Falcons own 36-yard line in a football game. They lead 7-0. Rich Kincaid with you here at Falcon Stadium. A tremendous crew, both here and in our broadcast center at North Farmington High School. Nice first down gain. Nicer first down gain on that carry up the near right sideline. It's Keyshawn Wilson, one of the Falcons' captains, and Keyshawn who just carried the football into Ypsi-Lincoln territory. I'm going to say 47, 46-yard line. One or the other. And here's a nice look at this one on the replay. That's one of the co-captains, Keyshawn Wilson, K-E-C-H-I-E, and it spells it a little differently. It's pronounced Keyshawn. Keyshawn Wilson, and the solid pickup for Farmington to the 47-yard line in Ypsi territory. 1st and 10 from there, and a whistle before the snap.
Flag on the play.
Typically, that's an infraction against the offense, movement or what have you.
On the Falcons.
And that's what we get here. So that was a 17-yard run by Wilson, getting caught up. 1st and 10 at the 47, but the penalty 5 yards moves it back to their own 48. First down 15 at their own 48, which for those of you who are paying attention here, well, that's the yard line from whence Paishon threw the touchdown pass on the previous possession for the Falcons, and he's looking to throw again and finds a man over the right side. It'll pick up 5 or 6 yards on the reception by Jaden Venn.
He's complete to number 10, Jaden Venn. Number 2, Sean Williams.
So with that catch, they get back the yardage that they'd lost on the penalty on 1st down.
2nd down.
And it's 2nd down and 10 from the Ypsi 47-yard line. Jaden Venn. I may have said Van. It's Venn, V-E-N-N, Venn. And he is a junior wide receiver. And again, Farmington needs to find guys who can catch the ball. Another flag whistle at the snap. There's referee Luttenberger. He's picking up the flag, but that's only because the matter has been adjudicated. It's another 5-yard penalty against Farmington. So that brings the ball back to the 48. And I've lost track of the down. Let me see if I can find the down box. They may have lost it too. It is 2nd down and 15. 2nd and 15 from their own 48. Boy, those volunteers save me every night. When I could look over and they've accurately got the ball spotted, they've accurately got the down, and now the Falcons get the 5 yards that they so far have lost twice since they had the ball out near midfield, right? Penalty, 5-yard gain, penalty, 5-yard gain. So it's 3rd down and 10, but back into Lincoln territory at the 47-yard line. I'm having cataract surgery next month. I can't wait. If they mess it up and it ends my career, well, you know, you got to try. But I'm hoping I see better after the first couple weeks of the season. Again, whistle at the snap. And some of the Ypsi players are clapping their hands, and well, they should. It's another 5-yard penalty against Farmington, so it's 3rd and 15. Well, it should be at the 48, shouldn't it? And it is. So to review the sequence here, it amuses me, right? They had the ball in Lincoln territory at the 47, lost 5 on a penalty, gained the 5 yards back, lost the 5 again on the penalty, gained the 5 yards back, and now again have lost the 5 yards. And it's 3rd down, 15 to go. Farmington, 2.5, well, 2:50 left to go in the opening quarter. Farmington on top, 7-0. Pacey from the gun. They'll try a pitch around the left-hand side. It's Petaway who caught the touchdown pass, and he'll get a minimal gain, if any, on that play. So that's a no-gainer.
4th down.
And it's time for the Falcons to punt. Let me check my notes. Who's doing the punting? I'm sorry, guys. I'm not sure I wrote that down. I had a nice chat with Coach Albrecht earlier today, and I thought I had the lineup. Boy, it's always something will trip you up. Somebody help me. Is that number 9? In what Lindsey Nelson used to call deep punt formation? No, there's two numbers on the jersey. I'm just staying out of 56, the same guy that kicks the field goals, number 56, Kyle Braska, with the punt. And after that, Lincoln's going to be at the 20-ish, right? Let's call it the 21. So about 30 yards on the kick, 31.
That's the ball on the kicker.
So Ypsi, 1st and 10 from the 21.
1st down, Splitters.
And they'll take over with 1:55 left to go here in the first. 7-0 Farmington. I noticed Mr. Gold on PA just called them the Splitters. I hadn't thought about doing that. Well, maybe I'll work it in. Jeremy Gold volunteering and doing the PA tonight. I, on the other hand, yeah, people think I volunteer, but I'm actually making quite a large sum of money tonight. And we get a timeout, I think maybe this time called by Farmington.
Falcons.
Yep. So each team has used a timeout when well, you shouldn't have to use a timeout on a change of possession. But you know what?
It is almost time for
it's opening night,
minute.
right? So it's a new team, essentially, right? They only had 6 guys back on each side of the ball from last year's team, and Coach Albrecht will say maybe it was 6 guys because there were some guys that got in, late in the season last year due to injuries, what have you, who weren't necessarily starters, but they count as having been a member of last year's team. So. But the key for Farmington, Dominic Pastry, we keep talking and talking about him until he does something to make us shut up. But I read in the paper, he's considered like a hidden gem, right? Not many people know about him. But, when you throw for 1,900 yards like that, like he did last year, a dozen touchdowns, you're going to find a way to get noticed. So 1st and 10, Splitters at their own 21-yard line. Again, their quarterback is number 8, Trey Ritchie. And on first down, they don't get anything, if at all. Maybe a yard. Yep, give him a yard. 2nd and 9.
Sean Williams on the carry. Josh Walker and
line of scrimmage while they advance the football to the 22. So another season full of promise, full of hope, etc., etc. I believe, I can't quite remember if I started in 2007 or 2008. So I'm either tonight beginning my 15th season with you or 16th. There are people that I can't believe it's not like 25 because it just feels like it. But they'll get about 4 or 5 here on Ritchie's keeper around the right side.
Number 11, Owen Madison.
And the football to the 27-yard line, so that's a gain of 5. 3rd and 4 from the 27. It feels like it was just last month because it was getting dark around 9 o'clock. But sunset now in Farmington occurs at about 8:20. So the light's already beginning to take effect here. Ritchie looking to throw, has a man in the flat. First down and way more. And finally the Falcons will get that man out of bounds. Coming over to make the stop for Farmington was Aaron McCray, but it's David Cook. I'm sorry, it was Eric Jones who
Aaron McCray on the tackle.
Rumbles and bumbles and stumbles and such and so forth into Falcon territory down to the 43-yard line. So that's a 30-yard pass. Just like a safety valve kind of pass. But to Jones into Falcons territory. And it's 1st and 10 for the Rail Splitters at the Farmington 43. Ritchie, as he has been throughout the game so far, from the gun. Now they turn and get some guidance from the sideline. Man in motion near side to far side is Robert Hopkins. Ritchie's going to fake the handoff, cut it up inside, and he's got 6 or 7. Flag, though, back around the line of scrimmage. So I'm guessing holding. That's my story, and I'm sticking with it. That flag came in late. It was thrown by the back judge, and it may be a hold. Clock is stopped with 49 seconds left in the first quarter of the first game of this 2022 season. Yeah, that's a hold. That's 15 yards. So the ball back to the 47-yard line of Ypsilanti. First down and 20. Ritchie flushed and forced out of bounds across the way, and there's a flag afterwards, and it's going to be a late hit, I'm thinking. It seemed to me, and that's where they've marked it at midfield, that Ritchie had stepped out of bounds, but he continued upfield nonetheless, and he got hit right along the sideline. Maybe we've caught it on a replay. I'm wondering if this was. I didn't actually see the hit. I was looking to see where the ball carrier went out of bounds. It is a personal foul against the Falcons. And I hate to say, it might have been 34 for Farmington that the referee Lautenberg was indicating. But you see Ritchie here, and boy, just missing was Gavin Miller. We'll talk about him tonight. He's going to play college football next season. Now, it's good here. Oh, look out. Yeah, clearly he's out of bounds. And then it wasn't a direct hit from Farmington's Christian Jackson, but he spun him. And, you're going to get that call. You're better off to just not touch the guy, obviously, when you know he's out of bounds. So it's a personal foul. It's a 15-yard penalty. It moves the football to the 34-yard line. And it's still first down. But now it's first and a couple.
Second down.
Now they're saying second down. You heard Mr. Gold. Okay, second down and a couple. The line to gain is the 32. And they will gain the line to gain. And they maybe are going to, they're going to pick up nice yardage into the red zone on that carry by Sean Williams. And he's out of bounds at the 11.
Forced out of bounds by Mike Woods at the Falcon.
So that's a 23-yard carry.
First down, Splitters.
And first down and 10 at the 11 for the Rail Splitters. There you see Sean Williams. And he's, there you saw it, he shoved out of bounds. But the Falcons doing self-damage there on the personal foul penalty, and Ritchie's going to get around the corner, he's going to score. You could just see when he got to the 5-yard line, he had enough momentum that when impact came, and it did before he got to the goal line. But he had that momentum, and he's able to drive himself forward. So that personal foul, it inflicts maximum damage on the Falcons, as it is largely responsible for the touchdown here that makes it a 7-6 football game.
Wilkerson getting ready for the extra point.
Extra point coming up. If it's good, it ties the football game. Splitters get a man onto the field late. Their place kicker is number 28, and that's Quinn Wilkerson. Same as Bud Wilkerson, the famous Oklahoma football coach, whose name I was trying to remember the other night. I couldn't. And it's a offside penalty here, a movement penalty against Ipsy. I'll make that extra point a little bit longer.
False start on the Splitters.
As a false start is decreed here. Well, these extra points aren't automatic at the NFL level, since they moved the line of scrimmage for extra points back at the 17-yard line. And now the line of scrimmage will be the 8. Well, that turns this into an 18-yard kick. Well, not really. They're going to seal. The holder's at the 15. So it's a 25-yard kick. I was wrong about the 18-yard part anyways. I forgot to account for the 10 yards of the end zone. Silly me. Well, you know what? Preseason for the broadcasters, too, and it gets through. Extra point's good. Game's tied. So that turned out to be a pretty good drive for Ipsy Lincoln. 1 minute and 45 seconds.
Now playing at the Farmington Civic Theater, Mrs. Harris goes to Paris.
And you know what? I'm going to have a hard time counting up the number. Bear with me a moment. I'll see if I can count up the plays in this drive, but there were penalties that are going to give me a hard time. But there was one. I think it was a 5-play drive. that's you know, they go, but it's an impressive drive. Don't get me wrong. Minute 45 seconds. And they go 79 yards. Remember, they took over at the 21-yard line. So, and had it not been for the personal foul, you'll wonder what might have been. So 7-7. Very late in this first quarter, just 10 seconds left to go in it. And then we'll take a bit of a break, at the end of the quarter, although I don't think I'm going to tell my rail splitter story just yet. My plan now is to build this thing up and drag it on so that you, the audience, are actually really let down when I finally get around to telling it. But I'm telling you, there's going to come a time when I'm going to need to vamp, and that's my vamping material for tonight. Good kickoff, and that ball's in play. And the Falcons are going, let's see how the play turns out. They're going to get back out to the 20. There's a fumble. I believe Lincoln's got it. Yeah, they've got it. They've got first down at the 12-yard line.
Tyler Jones.
Well, that just didn't work out at all. We'll see the replay here. I think it's going to be Wilson, number 6.
Now,
and he's having all sorts of trouble here because he fumbles the ball about at the goal line. Now, he's okay here, right? He's gotten back out to the 50, but he's just never got a handle on it. That's the problem with an object like a football, an oblong object like a football. And there to recover on the hop. Let's see if we can gather in that number. But the Falcons had to tackle him or they would have given up a touchdown. I would just be guessing if I tried to tell you who from Lincoln was there to recover the football. So I can't quite make out the number. That ends the quarter, by the way. Well, what a momentous end to the quarter, right? Lincoln scores with 10 seconds to go in it, and then you get the fumble from Keyshawn Wilson, one of Farmington's better players, no question about that. And you don't expect to see it. I can't sit up here in judgment up in the press box because you sit here and you're thinking, just let the ball go in the end zone, it's dead. Right, but he tried to pick it up, and the thing of it is, the ball had hit the turf, and you just don't know how it's going to bounce. What if it had bounced to the left or the right, stayed in play, and Lincoln recovers for what would have been, well, technically and legally an onside kick. Instead, though, Wilson, he got the ball out of the danger zone up past the 15-yard line, but then he fumbles it, and Lincoln's going to start with possession in this second quarter, all the way down at the Falcon 12-yard line. So second quarter, Lincoln 1st and 10 from the Farmington 12-yard line. 7-7 tie. And now this is a situation where the metal, M-E-T-T-L-E, metal, not metal, M-E-T-L-E. Is that how you spell metal? No, M-E-T-A-L. Well, look it up. The problem with live is there's no spell check. But the Falcons' metal, their grit, that's the Lions' word. It's going to be tested here early on in the season. No gain on that play. Cooper Williams, number 50, in on the stop. So he gets a yard, second down, 9 from the 11. A 7-7 tie. You see the Falcons there adjusting the defense. You like to see late changes like that. It's a ploy to throw the offense off. And Richie, he's got to be stopped at the line of scrimmage. It's big number 53, Ike Yuzoki. And I'm sorry, I should have his name right. I'll make sure I've got it the next time we do a Falcons game. And Kenny, E-K-E-N-E, and Kenny Uzokike, it's U-Z-O-S-I-K-E. And I'm just having trouble with the first three letters. Uzokike is how, if I had time to look at it, I would. I'm going to pronounce this thing 6 different ways tonight. I apologize for that. I promise you. I'll get it right for next week's. 3rd down, 9 to go. He made a terrific play, didn't he? Stopped Richie for no gain. And it brings up 3rd down, 9 to go. Actually, he lost a yard. Uzeki got him for a yard loss, and so it's 3rd and 10. They're going to burn a timeout here. Now, you think this makes some sense, calling the timeout at this point. You're in the red zone, and if you're not sure about and confident about what you're going to do, call that timeout. It's their second, and it comes early in the second quarter. 10:16 left to go in it, and timeout number 2 by Lincoln. Oh no, that song. Lincoln, Fofinkin, Abana, Fofinkin, Lincoln. Who did that? That's awful. It's in my head now. Oh, well. It's like that movie, A Million Ways to Die in the West, where Seth MacFarlane's character says, I've got a song stuck in my head, going around in my head. And the female lead, I can't remember who it was, lovely girl. She says, well, just think of another song. And Seth MacFarlane says there are only like 3 songs because it's set in the 1870s, you see, and back in 1870, well, you had no mass media. And maybe there were only 3 songs. 3rd down, 10, Lincoln. This is a play-action pass attempt by Richie. He eats the ball. He fumbles the ball. Touchdown the other way. Touchdown the other way. R.J. Shabazz. He is gone by touchdown. Farmington Falcon. Shabazz takes it 70 to the house. I don't see flags. Oh, they blew it dead. They blew it dead. Back at the 27 or thereabouts. It was going to be a 70-plus. I wasted the whole call. R.J. Shabazz. Look at him go. Let's watch him. I want to see if he's down. Come on, guys. See, they're going to pitch it back to the quarterback, Richie, here. That's number 5 on the ball, David Cook. Oh, no, it's Cook who throws the pass. Oh, yeah, it never got away. Oh, I bet you it touched the ground. I bet you it's not a fumble, it's an incomplete pass. Well, sorry, RJ. Geez, I just called the heck out of that thing, right? Incomplete pass. 4th down, 10 to go from the 12. Oh, man. I thought it was a fumble recovery touchdown. We all did. All right. Instead, Lincoln here gets an opportunity to take the lead. The place kicker, number 28, Brandon Clark. .30-yard try. It's good. So off the Falcon turnover, the second big mistake that Farmington has made so far in the game, Ypsilanti is able to cash in 3 points and take a 10-7 lead. So yeah, on the last Lincoln possession, he had a personal foul against the Falcons that cost him. It set Lincoln up with a 1st down in Farmington territory, and a couple of plays after that, they were in the end zone. And now you had the fumble on the ensuing kickoff, and that's what gave Lincoln 1st down and 10 from the Falcon 12-yard line. And but for an inch or two, Shabazz would have taken it all the way back for a very exciting, I know I was excited, 73-yard touchdown. But it was that's in the history of football broadcasting, that's got to be the most excited anybody's ever been over an incomplete pass. I think I've set some sort of a record here tonight with that one. We're going to, should definitely send that one into ESPN, right? Oh boy. And then since it was not in fact Farmington ball because it was an incomplete pass, Lincoln had the chance on 4th down to get the field goal, which they did. And so they take the 10-7 lead. All of this going on with, not much time has elapsed here in the second quarter. 9:54 left to go in it, and the Falcons are preparing to regain possession of the football, barring a successful onside kick, or what we saw in the last kickoff, a turnover. But you know what I mean. Boy, it is hot up here. I tell you what, I can see Strother Martin right now. Cool hand Luke. That's one bottle of water gone. All right. 84 for Farmington is Ethan Newton. 24 for Lincoln is Kendrick Jones, and they were the principals on that play. And because Lincoln essentially pooched it, Farmington will start out at the 35-yard line, and you can bet they're happy about that. You can see the return by Newton. It's one of the guys that the Falcons were looking for to come up big at the wide receiver position. 9:49 to go here in the half. 1st and 10, Farmington at the 30-yard line as they break the huddle here. Trailing now for the first time in this football game, trailing the Rail Splitters 10-7. Dominic Pesci, little misdirection play up the middle, and unfortunately, Cam Petaway couldn't quite break free of the defender who had a hold of his ankle.
Number 44, Logan Wynn.
And it's Logan Wynn, according to Jeremy Gold, who was there on the stop. I didn't pick out a number, but he did, so I thank him. He says no problem. 3-yard gain by Petaway. Well, I'm just cracking myself. It may be a dehydration issue up here. I'm just glad I didn't wear a nice shirt. Oh my, it's hot up here, and I'm getting a little goofy, a little giddy. Nice run right up the middle. Look out! Petaway with one man to beat. Still on his feet. He broke free. He scores. Touchdown, Farmington Falcons. It is Cam Petaway.
Touchdown!
Holy cow.
Yards on the carry.
Well, he said 52. I thought it was 53, but whatever. $62 yards. Line of scrimmage was the 38-yard line. Petaway with his second touchdown tonight, one by land and one by sea. One by air. And here you see he's got that one man to beat, number 7. He's Tyler Jones. Jones looks to have a pretty good hand on him, but look at Petaway fight him off. A straight arm, if you will, tells the story on this one. Extra point on the way. Good.
And the kick is good.
So 14-10 now. Farmington back into the lead. A quick little drive as they go 65 yards in 2 plays. And they score.
Nice seeing one of our.
How about that run by, there he is, number 4. His name is Cam Petaway. He's a junior. That's good news for Farmington. Petaway, Pettaway, Petaway. First name Cam. And a junior sensation in the making here tonight at Falcon Field. 62 yards to the house in traffic. Well, that's just a nice run, young man. And the Falcons back on top by a score of 14-10. We want to see this again. There's nothing to it. It's just right up the middle. A little misdirection, but not much. But look at the blocking up front. They got the creases, and then Petaway runs to daylight. And here, he doesn't run over the man, but he does run through him. And that's the key right there at the 30-yard line. Still would have been a nice game, but when he fights him off, well, it's the nicest gain. 62-yard touchdown. And I need a new shirt. We had that 73-yard touchdown call on the incomplete pass, but that one was legit. That one counted. The ensuing kickoff comes off without incident. Nipsey's going to have solid field position out near the 45-ish. I'm waiting like everybody else to see where they spot it.
And James Marshall on the tackle.
Marshall, you heard, on the tackle, among others. And so they'll start, Ipsy will, from the 44-yard line. And they start the possession with 6:51 left in the half. Falcons on top again, 14-10. That's a nice little first down gain into Falcons territory on the romp by Eric Jones. One of the kids out there from Farmington is wearing these bright orange shoes. And to me, they look disturbingly like a penalty flag, and it's throwing me off every time. I wonder if that was doubtlessly his intention. 7 yards on the first down play. And they're into Falcon territory at the 49. Well, let's make it a 6-yard gain on first down. So the scoreboard says it was a 7-yard gain. This play is 2nd and 3. And bouncing outside Tyler Jones, close to the marker, but I think he's short. I think it's going to be 3rd down, but it is close. Yeah, he's a yard shy. So it's 3rd and 1 Ypsilanti. They've got the football at the Farmington 47. It's a big play right here. The Falcons have just regained the lead. They'd like to get that stop. They won't, though. Right up the middle, picking up 4. That's Tyler Jones again.
Jones on the carry.
Not a long gain, but long enough. Gets 3. First down, Ipsy at the Falcon 44.
Assisted by a flock of Falcons.
Well, I like that call. On PA, Mr. Gold he couldn't pick him up either, nor could his spotter, and so I like the phraseology, a flock of Falcons. Well, yes, I suppose that's what a grouping of Falcons would be, unless it's got one of those esoteric names for a grouping of birds, like a murder of crows. Nice submarine tackle coming up from the safety position. That's Aaron McCray, and he's going to He's going to dump the quarterback Richie for no gain. Nice job. Watch a nice tackle by number 2 here. Richie's thinking, I could run, I could pass, I'm going to tuck it under. And just as he gets to the line of scrimmage, he's got no chance. Nice technique. No chance after he's stuffed by McCray. 2nd down and 10 from the Farmington 44. Falcons 14. Ypsilanti Lincoln Rail Splitters 10. On opening night, we'll be at North Farmington 1 week from tomorrow night. Talk about that. Get a chance to check out John Herstein's Raiders. Now the Falcons can't make a tackle. And it's Richie inside the 25-yard line.
Richie kept the ball.
For a gain of 31 yards and a first down. Shabazz on the tackle, but late. He was just dancing through the secondary, and he goes to the 24-yard line. First and 10 from there. What did Coach Albrecht call this Ypsilanti offense? He said it's a spread power read offense. I said, what's a power read? And I can't remember what he told me. That pass caught down there? Yes. Caught by Richie has not thrown much. He throws there, and it's complete to Caden Green.
13, Luke Donahue. First down, Lincoln. My mistake. 13, Caden Green caught the ball.
So that's a first down play to the 13-yard line. It's a gain of 11. First and 10 now from the 13. So Ypsilanti knocking on the door again here. Fumble, but recovered. I believe recovered by the ball carrier, Tyler Jones. Oh, the Falcons would have liked to have gotten that one, right?
Fumble recovered by Lincoln.
Boy, that's a classic fumble, isn't it? I mean, he kicked it with his own knee after it came out. But it's the breaks, the bounces sometimes. It'll, tell the story. And it came right back to him. The play actually goes for a 3-yard gain. It's down to the 10. Second down, 7 from the Farmington 10-yard line. Gang tackle by Farmington as the ball carrier, number 7, Tyler Jones.
Tyler Jones on the carry.
Is down to about to the 7, I think, is where they'll spot it. I'm waiting. I don't have the best angle here.
Jaden Van on the
Yeah, it is the 7. Make it the 8. No, make it the 7. The ball's between the 7 and 8, so it goes to the forward yard line. Third down and 4. The line to gain is the 3. Third down and 4. Comes Jones again, sweeping right side. Ran into trouble. He's brought down short of the line to gain.
Tyler Jones on the carry.
Among those on the tackle for Farmington was Aaron McRae.
On the tackle.
So decision. It's 4th and 1. I think. He may have stepped out. Yeah, he's all the way back. I've got confused, apparently. He's at the 7. Again, a rough angle for me here in the booth. And you know what? I'm going to make all the excuses I possibly can make.
Wilkerson in for the kick.
Now go for the field goal here. The ball on the 7. It's a good margin, 4 yards short of the first down. So on 4th and 3, Quentin Wilkerson will attempt his second field goal of the night. He's 1 for 1 so far. This to pull Ypsilanti to within 1. Kick is up. Kick got blocked.
Flag on the play.
And there's a flag. Procedure call against Ypsilanti.
Illegal motion on Lincoln.
So they'll move it back out. The football, they'll move to the 12. And then you had 17, right? 7 yards to spot the ball, 10 yards for the end zone. So from the 12, it's a 29-yard attempt, basically. Let's see if I was right. Oh, absolutely. Oh, I could do football real good. The holder, as we have a moment, is J.T. Maxson. Nobody's going to remember that. But you know what? He's got his letter jacket, too. Kicked this time. Boy, he kicked that strong, and he's kicked it true. And it's a 1-point game. 14-13. Falcon lead cut to 1 here. 2:50 left to go. So a good third down stop by the Falcons to force Lincoln into taking the field goal. So now it becomes a 14-13 football game. And I was just looking at the scoreboard to see the time. All I got to do is look at my little monitor here. It's been a good one, hasn't it? 2 stops by the Falcons telling the story here. And when I say stops, yes, they got field goals, but on 2 occasions now, Ypsilanti has gone in deep, and the Falcons in the red zone with their butts up against the goal line have stopped them and forced them to settle for field goals. So instead of 14 points on those 2 possessions, the rail splitters have gotten 6. So that's obviously an 8-point spread, and the difference in the football game is 1. 14-13 Farmington, but a very entertaining game. Falcon offense has looked terrific. Falcon defense, maybe a work in progress. But again, they've come up big when they needed to most. The problem is Lincoln has moved the football fairly efficiently through other parts of the field. But in red zone, the Falcons will look good. All right, 14 Farmington, 13 Lincoln. Richie's going to another bottle of water here. Should have brought a fresh shirt. Yeah, it's fun every year, and I think I'm sure I say this every year. You start off in October, and you're up here in the sweat box, and it's always amazing how quickly the season goes by. But another 6 weeks, and I'll be sitting up here going, I wish I'd brought in my gloves. And yes, brought is too a word. Newton was the number 84, Ethan Newton, on the return. And they're pretty decent, right? They're I don't think there's a flag. There isn't. It was just taking them a little bit of time to untangle on the near sideline down below us, the Farmington sideline. So we mentioned,
Desmond Davis,
since this game is on a Thursday, which throws me off all the time, I was a day behind in my preparation. It shows. But Falcons will start from the their own 38-yard line with 2:44 left to go. And a nice first down play as it's Cam Petaway. He's got 2 touchdown balls. He's got both the Falcon touchdowns tonight. One on a 52-yard touchdown pass from Dominic Pacey, and the other on a 62-yard beauty of a touchdown run for the junior. And he opens this possession with a good-looking 6-yard gain. And this time the Falcons will try the right side and find it not quite as accommodating.
Desmond Davis and Christian Hamilton on the tackle.
But it's good for a gain of 3, and it's 3rd and 1. Team scrimmage now at the Farmington 47-yard line. 100 seconds, a minute 40 remaining here in the first half. A good game, an entertaining game, a 1-point game. Farmington 14, Ypsilanti 13. Pacey, quick little handoff, but boy, the runner's going to be stopped in the backfield. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rail splitters getting to the backfield before Petaway could escape it. And it's a loss on the play of about 3 yards, 2 yards. All right, 1 yard. They're going to spot it at the 46. Nevertheless, 4th down and 2. We will, I can't identify any of the Lincoln tacklers on that play. We'll just say it was a gaggle of them. Are Geese a gaggle? I formation, 4th down, 2, no. Falcons are going to call timeout, I think. I'm pretty sure. No, Lincoln did. Didn't like their defense. Okay, so that's their 3rd and final timeout. 47 seconds left to go in the first half of play here tonight at Falcon Field. You see the lovely Farmington logo in midfield as we cut to a shot of the near sideline. Gavin Miller, one of the 4 Farmington captains, hydrates himself. Yeah, I'm going to go there. Back when I was a kid, playing for the Farmington Rockets, we were not allowed water during practices. And I'm trying to think whether or not we were allowed it during, I mean, we'd be out there in August. It'd be 92. We'd be right here at Farmington High School. And no water till the end of practice. We might be out there 2 hours. And then one of the neighbors across from the school would bring out a garden hose, and the whole team, all of us, would gather around and wait our turn to drink long and hard. Of course, now that would be seen as insanity. So did I grow up in insane times? Well, yes, I did. Excuse me. All right, 4th down, and they're going to punt it away. 4th and 2, and they're going to punt it away. They bounced the snap back, and I'll tell you what, the Falcons fortunate. Lucas Candriu able to get that one away. Another name I'm going to have to learn the pronunciation of. And to boot, I was able to end the sentence in a preposition, so that's just a win right there. But that will you know, it's opening night bugs. Oh, it's beginning to deteriorate already. We're not to halftime. I'm going to need some Gatorade. Well, I've got some up here. 34 seconds left to go in the half. I know. You care about the game, not about the announcer, as it should be. There you see the situation. Farmington's the home team, and they're up by 1.
First down, Lincoln.
Okay, Lincoln back at their own 15-yard line to start this late in the half drive. But that last possession, Farmington had a 3rd and 1, and you like your chances on 3rd and 1. And if they'd have just picked it up, obviously a chance to put more points on the board, but certainly the opportunity and the likelihood that you're going to run out the clock. Now Lincoln, with just this little bit of time left, 34 seconds, they have no timeouts remaining. Trey Ritchie is number 8 off his left hip. That's Sean Williams, number 2. Well, that's a nice play on first down, all the way out beyond the 40-yard line to the 43.
David Cook, there is a flag on the play.
Cook on the reception, way back is a flag, and it's That is likely to be good news for the Falcons. That flag thrown on the far side between the 15 and 20-yard lines, indicating a problem in the interior line. You see the official, there's finger pointing going on, and now fist pumping, and now, well, I like the rainbow symbol there. It was very nice, and another point and a fist. I'm loving the crew tonight. And look, I'm sorry, I'm making fun of the crew, and we couldn't play this game without them, and they're doing a fine job. I'm just playing around up here. Like I said, I'm a little bit giddy.
As well as perhaps visit with some of
So I respect them immensely. Let me just say that, okay? These guys, it doesn't pay a lot, okay? You get close to the game, you're an important part of the game. And you know, when they're gesticulating such, I'm just killing time up here, and I'm just, you know, funning. No worries. 26 seconds. That's the clock stopped with 26 seconds. So that all of that took 8 seconds off the clock.
Oh, was illegal substitution.
Oh, that's an unusual one. Now I understand the hand signals. Illegal substitution. It's only a 5-yard penalty, but it's a killer. Because they had a 28-yard gain on first down, and now they're going to be backed up to the 10. So, that penalty cost them 33 yards of field position. A harmless little thing, and the referee caught it. He's on top of it. Well, I should say the crew caught it. It wasn't necessarily the referee. That's a specific person. Again, the man with the white cap down there that you see starting the clock up. Or he's signaling to start the clock on the snap with 26 seconds left to go. It is still first down for Ipsy, first and 15 from the 10-yard line. The knee is taken, and that's going to do it for our first half here. I thought it was an entertaining first half. 2 long touchdowns by the Falcons, and both by Petaway. The first on a 52-yard touchdown pass by Dominic Pacey, by Pacey to Cam Petaway, and the second was a brilliant 72-yard run by the junior Cam Petaway. That's all the points the Farmington Falcons got in the first half. On 2 occasions, though, they forced the rail splitters to go for a field goal. When on both occasions, if they give up a touchdown, well, maybe this game's a little lopsided the other way. But instead, at the half, Farmington takes it to the room, and they've got the lead here, 14-13 over Ypsilanti. Now, I personally will stand aside. I'll go enjoy the cool breezes in the open part of the press box. You, meanwhile, will enjoy the Farmington Falcon Marching Band. And I want to make sure I get this in. They are under the stewardship, of course, of Michael Steele, the band director, and Abby Brook. All right, she's the ace with the mace. She's going to lead those Falcon marchers out onto the field. You'll enjoy it. Stick around for that. We'll be back with the second half directly. 14-13 Falcons. Enjoy the show, everybody.
A phone was found near the locker rooms. If anyone is missing it, it is in the press box.
Now entering the field, our 2022 Falcon Marching Band. Fresh off their first away camp in 3 years, our group is excited to perform their show Close to Midnight, featuring the music of Michael Jackson, Danny Elfman, and Radiohead. Junior Drum Major Sarah Martinchick and Senior Drum Major Abby Brook. Is your band ready? You have the field. Our first number features the iconic introduction of Michael Jackson's Thriller and asks, what is it from Nightmare Before Christmas? Sarah Martinchick leads the band in Radiohead's power ballad, Creep.
Let's hear it for our amazing marching Falcon!
Hey, how's it going? I'm okay. I'm surprised I'm doing as well. Yeah. Well, there you go. Just give me a little more light. Can you give it to me with like a minute to go? And just after the back Okay. How to work it, never worked on the open. Good, good. It was okay for me. I just wasn't sure if I paused too long. It worked for me. Everything in the way was kept up. All right, thanks.
I'd like to thank everybody for their generous 50-50 donations. Remember that the school's proceeds are all going to the charity tonight. Of course, the rest goes to the big winner. We'll see how that goes. Feeling hungry after the game, don't forget the wonderful Grand Tavern, our neighborhood bar and grill, family friendly.
Well, you are looking live, and we can nowadays we can say that we're on YouTube, we're live. Back in the old days, we'd have a beauty shot like this. That's what you call this in the television industry. I'm led to believe a beauty shot, and I would say you are looking on tape at such and such because yeah, we were strictly on tape back and for a long time back in the day, but now. You know, back on tape, we could correct some of these mistakes I make, but, well, it's just the way it is now. 14-13, the score of the football game here. Two storylines, well, many storylines for Farmington, right? You got the performance in that first half by the running back, Cam Petaway, who came out of the backfield on the third play of the game and hauled in a perfectly thrown what Van Patrick used to call the home run ball, threw the home run ball, Dominic Pesci, down the left sideline and hit Cam Petaway in stride. There you see him, Dominic Pesci. And again, it's spelled the same as the actor Joe Pesci. We loved him in Your Cousin Vinny. We admired his performance in Casino and Goodfellas, where he was a psycho gangster and played it believably. You think I'm funny? How am I funny? You think I'm kidding? You know, right? We've all seen it. At any rate, as nice a throw as can be made, as you will see, because he hits Petaway in stride, and boom, 52-yard touchdown. And then in the second quarter, it was Petaway again, just a little hitter off left tackle. Didn't look like much, but that offensive line, nice. They created the little gaps, the seams, and then Petaway, long about the 30-yard line, he was caught, and it looked like Sean Williams was going to drag him down, but a little bit of stiff arm and a lot of determination by the junior running back, and he broke free and trotted into the end. He didn't trot. He was running as fast as he could. He ran into the end zone. It doesn't always have to be some esoteric word for run. You can use run. It's perfectly acceptable. 62 yards when all was said and done. And both the touchdowns right there for the Farmington Falcons. They lead 14-13. The other storyline will be that Farmington defense again. It's bend but don't break. I'm sorry, it's a cliche, but I couldn't think on the fly. I had the whole halftime to think of something, and I didn't. But they allowed Ypsilanti Lincoln to move the football pretty effectively right between the 20s, but on two occasions where Lincoln got into the red zone. And as I said late in the first half, when the Falcons had their butts up against the goal line, I'm going with that, they held them. Forced them to kick field goals, which they did on both occasions. But touchdowns, I heard a wise football man, Wayne Fawcett might have been, say, field goals ain't touchdowns. And so the Falcons lead here by 14-13. As you see the Falcons there, they're all stretched out now and ready for this second half here at Falcon Field. Season opener, it's week 1, Thursday night. What is today, August 25th? We'll be with you, and you see what a lovely evening it is here in suburban Detroit. Cloudy, a little on the muggy side, but if you got your windows open like they do in the main press box, in which I don't hear, there's a nice, refreshing, cool breeze blowing on through. 14-13. I'm looking forward to the second half. I hope you are as well. Well, you know what? If you're not, right, you can always watch something else. But why would you do that? Why? You know. Oh, I forgot. Out-of-town scoreboard time. Brought to you by, well, me. And as of 12 minutes ago, according to Twitter,
let's hear it for our Falcons.
It is Birmingham Groves 13 and North Farmington 10. They likely are at about the same point in the football game as we are here at Farmington High. So I'm guessing they're either at halftime or about ready to start the third quarter there at Groves, North Farmington at Groves. And, well, we're going to have Groves in there. I'm sorry, we're going to have North Farmington in there next week. And when I say here, I mean TV 10. We'll have them on the air for you a week from tomorrow. That's Friday night, September 2nd. And we'll kick off at 7 o'clock Eastern time. We have to drop that in now because we're on YouTube. And who knows where it's GMT plus 5. We got to drop that in because, you know, anywhere in the world you can watch the football game now. Which to me is just, well, what a time in which to be alive. Now, Lincoln deferred in the first half. I got to turn my light on. I beg your pardon. It's getting dark. There we go. There, it'll really frighten you when they turn the camera on me in the booth now. But anyways, Lincoln deferred the coin toss. They'll get the second half kickoff. They're running into one another just a little bit, and they're not going to have very good field position down there, shy of the 25-yard line. Second half is underway. What an impressive performance by that Falcon marching band, didn't you think? Tunes by Michael Jackson, Jenna Elfman, and Radiohead. Nice. Why spend the money to subscribe to Sirius Radio or Pan when you can just listen to the Falcon marching band, right? That's what I say. All right, here we go, second half.
First down and 10 for Lincoln.
And Lincoln goes at their 23-yard line. Oh, they don't go at their 23. They could go at it from their 23. They could go for it at their 23, but they're at the 23, trailing by a point. Trey Ritchie, number 8, the quarterback. Time. Did I see a flag? The pass is complete out to the 28-yard line, and I did not see a flag.
Number 5, David Cook.
The pass to Cook,
number 24,
and it's a 6-yard gain to the 29-yard line. 2nd and 4. I was just moving the binoculars to follow the football, and I thought I saw a flashy yellow on the edge of my shot. That pass sails over the intended receiver, Eric Jones, who actually, you know, he had a step or two there. Had that ball been well thrown, that would have been a touchdown. Third down in a couple of yards. Third down and 4 yards to be as accurate as you demand and should expect from your play-by-play announcer. I'm Rich Kincaid, by the way, and I'm glad to be with you here tonight. It's been a rough summer, a rough year. No, I won't get into that right now. I'm going to tell my Lincoln rail splitter story first, because well, done a good job of maintaining composure here tonight. Focus. I'm showing a little grit in the broadcast booth, is what I'm trying to say. Third down, 4 to go. Lincoln, they're down a point to the Falcons. Third down, 4 from their 29. Ritchie dancing out beyond the 30-yard line. I don't know if he made it. I think he's short. I think he got to the 32 when he needed to get to the 33. That's what I think. It's 4th and 1. 4th down and a yard, and they will likely kick it away here. Because if they don't pick it up, field position for Farmington. So I'm not sure that their veteran coach, Chris Westfall, 26 years of high school coach, I'm not sure he's going to take that gamble. But then again, you saw number 8, Trey Ritchie, trotting back into the huddle. So on 3rd, I keep saying it, on 4th and 1 from the 32-yard line. This is a big play in this ball game. Offset eye to the left, and the ball carrier is going to pick up that first down. And boy, he's going to pick up a lot more than that. He may pick up all the way to the end zone. He will. Yeah, he's going to win that race. That on the carry is Sean Williams, and Sean Williams has just gone 67 yards for the score on a 4th and 1 play.
68 yards on the play.
Actually, 68. 68. The line of scrimmage was the 32. 68-yard touchdown run by Sean Williams. And Ypsilanti takes the lead for the second time here tonight. There you see it. Everybody's so bunched in at the line of scrimmage. You know what can happen. If the man shoots the gap, there's nobody in the secondary to defend, and that's what happened here. And then he's got speed to boot, and he's able to outrun. You see Mike Woods trying to catch him, can't. So here's the extra point in what is right now 19-14 Ypsi lead. That looks good to me. It is.
Big is good. Lincoln 20. Farmington 14.
So Ypsi grabs a lead 20-16. There you see it, 10-19 to go in the third quarter. That was a 77-yard four-play drive. And 68 of those 77 yards, the run by Sean Williams all the way to the house. So Ypsi on top by 6. They led 10-7. The Falcons led 7-0.
Hampton, Dina Harris, Isabella Hindo.
Then Ypsi took a 10-7 lead, and the Falcons took a 14-10 lead. And now Ypsi has scored 10 unanswered points, and they're back on top, 20-16.
Starboard. Let's give a cheer for our great cheerleaders.
I'll tell you what, somebody, well, you know what, this is something I wanted to talk about. I get to talk about the football mom here at Farmington High School. We'll do that in the next break.
And Petaway and Keyshawn Wilson.
Petaway and Wilson, you hear Mr. Gould tell us, are deep for the Falcons. Wilson had a little problem on a kickoff in the second quarter, and it wound up costing Farmington a field goal. This one, there you go. Let it go in the end zone. Perfect. First and 10 Falcons from the 20-yard line. 10-19 to go here in the third quarter. Just underway in it. I was talking to Coach Albrecht today, and he said the Falcons football mom is Judy Miller, ably assisted by her husband, Alan Miller. And it was Mr. Miller who came up with an ice bucket full of water and Gatorade, and I'm sucking those bad boys down all night. I'm going to dehydrate up here. But I asked Coach what the team mom does, and Jason Albrecht said, makes my life manageable, handles so many of the details, paperwork, and making sure the concession stands are staffed. So much. Team meals. Oh, off the fingertips and intercepted. And this is going to be first down in the red zone for Ypsilanti on the pick by Tyler Jones. Went off the hands of the Farmington intended receiver, and it just caromed to Jones. And it's going to be it's going to be first and 10. Here, let's take a look. It was not a bad pass. As Pacey delivered it, and well, they just couldn't connect. I think that was Wilson, number 6, off whose his fingertips the ball deflected, and I can't be sure. So I'm just not going to talk about it. And actually, it was that was 24 on the interception. So I misidentified Kendrick Jones, number 24. He's the interceptor. Pacey was the interceptee. And it's first and 10, Ypsi at the 15. Little reverse look to this play, and it's sussed out by the Falcons. A one-man show. R.J. Shabazz got the showy name, makes the showy play. And that's going to lose about 6. There's a flag that came in late. I didn't see anything untoward, but I'm up here and they're down there.
R.J. Shabazz on the tackle.
Let's see what we got. Okay. Illegal use of hands. That's shove in the back sort of deal. And the spot of the foul, I think, is the 20. That's where the flag is. And I think it's a 10-yard penalty. Why do I talk? We'll just let them walk it off, and then we'll discuss what the resultant situation actually is.
Penalty is on the splitters.
So they're back to the 34. The original line of scrimmage, well, it was the 15. So that ends up, all of it ends up costing him 19 yards. 2nd and 29 from the 34. Long pass in and out of the hands.
Pass intended for number 5, David Cook, incomplete.
Cook unable to come up with it.
Cam Hughes on the coverage.
And there you see Trey Ritchie. He's got some time here. Not a lot of it, though. There's still some pressure coming. Good secondary blocking. I just made up a football term. They switched back there. And that'll bring up, I think it's 3rd down, 3rd and 28. Nope, 2nd down and 28 from the 33. I see what I did. I didn't, on the penalty, I changed the down box. So it is 2nd and 28. Line of scrimmage is the 33. Ritchie's throw over the middle, caught out beyond the 20-yard line. The receiver ultimately flung it to the turf, but that was just a continuation of the action. No foul. David Cook made the catch. And he is ruled down at the 21-yard line. A 12-yard gain, 3rd down and 16. 3rd down and 16. I just switched my numbers a little bit. I had the ball at the 12. It's the 21. 3rd down. So again, now Lincoln gets the turnover just after they had taken the lead. So this is a big momentum play, and he's going to go down in the backfield. 1, 2, 3, 4 Falcons back there. And the first to get to him, I believe, was number 22, Josh Walker, senior linebacker.
Sacked by number 44, Christian Jackson.
I'll say Christian Jackson, number 44, got to Trey Ritchie first. But, yeah, it was a group effort. Look at that replay. Look at the blue jerseys and look at Ritchie go down. How about that? So we have an official's timeout here, and that'll give me the opportunity to tell you that the football's back at the 28-yard line, so a 7-yard sack. It'll make it 4th down and 23 from the 28. Right? Close enough. Close enough. So there's our official, and he says, let's play on, men. And the clock restarts. Referee tonight, Mike Luttenberger, as we've told you. Pete Kunst, the umpire. Dwayne Jones is the back judge. Line judge Mike Monahan. Jim Neby is the field judge, and the head linesman Curtis Smith. Side judge is Mike Ross. And there's a flag down inside the.
Kick is wide.
I'm sorry.
14, Lincoln 20. 1st down, Falcon.
Well, it's a 4th down play that fails here. If we could show a replay, that would actually be the first time I saw the play. I was reading the list, and I look up and I saw one of the soccer lines, which is yellow. Or maybe I think it's a soccer line. Maybe it's lacrosse. Anyways, I go. I have no idea what happened on the play except it's turned over on downs. And let's just move on. 1st down, Farmington, turned over on downs, and the Falcons have it at their own 20-yard line. There we go. That's all you need to know. All right, change of possession at the 7:59 mark. That's the amount of time left here in the 3rd quarter. 20-14, the lead for Ypsilanti. Dominic Pesci standing at the 15-yard line, and this handoff will pick up 6, the carry by Keyshawn Wilson. Wilson, Owen Matson, Gavin Miller, and Pesci himself, Dominic Pesci, the 4 co-captains for Farmington this season.
Still opportunities to give up to our full of
Now, let's see, they got 6 on 1st down, right out to the, the original line of scrimmage was must have been the 15. No, it was the 20. They just gained 2 on that play. I thought they got more. Well, there's a meatloaf and baked potato play right up the middle. It picks up. Petaway gets the carry and gets what you would expect that play to pick up. Petaway is looking for an opening, but Central just running right into that Lincoln line. Although, yeah, we picked up 4. Third down and 3 from the 27. That's what I'm going with. And if I'm not on the number, I'm close to it. The line to gain is the 30. Third down and 3. Pesci lobbing it down the left side. That's where he threw the touchdown pass earlier, but there's no receiver. There is a flag, though, out beyond the 35-yard line. He was trying to get it to Petaway, and Petaway, I think, my guess is, was held up on his route, and that's the reason the ball appeared to be so badly overthrown. All right, so another illegal use of hands. And that's going to result in a Falcon first down. Remember, the line of scrimmage was the 27. Interference here against Lincoln, so that should be a 15-yard walk-off. Again, the question, I got to do a better job with my rules. Is it a spot foul or is it a line of scrimmage foul? Well, that's a line of scrimmage foul. 1st and 10, Farmington from the 42-yard line on the penalty. I'll tell you what, Petaway almost got free, but he was brought down after a gain of 2.
And Petaway on the carry. Logan Wynn on the tackle.
Second down, 8. Falcons own 44-yard line. They trail this one on opening night by 6. Little pitch is going to work for Farmington as that ball is all the way down inside the 30-yard line on Sean Campbell's first carry of the night.
Farmington, first down.
Campbell all the way down to the 31-yard line. 37-yard carry. 1st and 10 Falcons, and now they've moved a healthy distance into the rail splitter's end down to the 31-yard line. And actually, that's a gain of 25 on the carry by Wilson. I'm sorry, by Campbell. Sean Campbell, number 7. Up. A tackle for loss unless they rough him up. That's Wilson with the ball, and he just never ever did have anywhere to go. His forward progress was essentially where he was pitched the football. As soon as he got possession, that was effectively the end of his forward progress. We'll see where they mark the football. That's a 5-yard loss to the 36. Like a penalty, except it costs you down. It's 2nd down and 15. We hit the 5-minute mark, 5 minutes to play here in the 3rd quarter in high school football. You know it. 4 12-minute quarters. Pesci, a lot of time. Looking to go deep to the near side. It's going to go out of bounds.
Pass intended for number 6, Keyshawn Wilson.
Wilson, the intended receiver. You just see number 6. But that ball just sailed over his head and outside the field of play. 3rd down now, Farmington, 3rd and 15. So next week, a week from tomorrow on September 2nd. Come on, join us here. If you can't join us live at 7 o'clock Eastern time, the games are always archived as soon as they're over. So you can watch like that. But we'll be at North Farmington. They're playing Caledonia. Another non-conference game. Pressure coming. They dump it off. First down, yardage, yes. Down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line, and it's Cam Petaway again. I thought he was inside the 20. He's down at the 21-yard line. He's having a terrific night for the Falcons. The Falcons and Petaway run after catch, converting a 3rd and 15 situation here. You see that big-time pressure coming, and Pesci left his feet to just dump it, a middle screen, and Petaway does the rest. once he caught the ball, he picked up, 23 more yards. And you see the marker, and he just does get past it. I thought he was inside the 20 myself. But on first down from the 21, it's a little quick hitter up the middle to Campbell, and I think the play fails to gain. Yeah, no gain. If you advance the football just a little bit, they'll give you the yard, but in that case, it didn't happen. 2nd and 10.
Personal foul on the Falcons.
There's a flag and a personal foul here against Farmington. Boy, they had that killer personal foul in the first half when it looked like they, after Lincoln had committed a major penalty themselves, and the Falcons gave it right back, and that contributed to a score by Ypsilanti. That football, it's a 15-yard penalty back to the 36, so the Falcons are back from whence they came, and it is now first down and 25. First and long. It fooled everybody except Ypsilanti's number 44, Logan Wynn. The misdirection in the backfield was that Petaway who carried the ball.
Tackled by number 44, Logan Wynn.
At any rate, what looked like it might break ends up being a 2-yard gain. Somebody bring me a legal pad. I'll find one. I need these long sheets of pad. I write the plays down every time so I can tell you how long the ensuing play was. All right. A gain at 2. Third and 20. 2nd and 23. Oh, broken up at the last minute. Getting the hand in was Kendrick Jones.
Broken up by number 24, Kendrick Jones. There is a flag on the play.
Again, though, a flag way on the far sideline, just inside the 35. The officials confer. That's what, if I was drawing a painting of that, that's what I would call it. The officials confer. All right, it's procedure. It's against the Falcons. So the line of scrimmage had been the 34. Maybe they're declining the penalty. And, it might not be a bad strategy because it would be 3rd and long for Farmington. Or maybe the 3rd becomes 4th. I'm not sure of the status of the down box. I think it's going to be declined. It'll be 4th down. All right, well, let's give them a moment to sort things out. A rail splitter, all right? When Abraham Lincoln ran for president in 1860, they wanted to give him a catchy nickname. And in 1860, the catchy nickname they came up with was rail splitter because Lincoln, before he was a lawyer, before he was a politician, was a woodsman.
If anyone lost a phone,
right? And he helped build the railroad. And so they marched into the convention hall a length of wood, which they then said procedure here against Farmington declined. Okay, there we go. So it is 4th down. 4th and, let me think, 4th and 13, right? No, 4th and 23. All right. At any rate, Lincoln would later say he didn't know if the exact board that they brought into the convention festooned, as it was with pro-Lincoln signs, was actually a rail that he himself had split. But he said he had split so many that it may as well have been a rail he split. So that's how they called him in that campaign, the rail splitter, which I guess they thought was it was catchy enough to win. And Abraham Lincoln became quick. 15th, 16th president? Now I've talked myself into a hole. 4th and 1,000,000 here for the Falcons. Pesci going long down the right side. It's caught. They converted it. It's got to be 1st and goal for Farmington. How about that? Pesci laid it in there, and it's caught by Sean Campbell. He had a big run on this drive, and now he makes a big catch, big time catch, and it goes from 4th down at the 34 to go Falcons. Here's Page. He's got time. He steps into his throw, and he makes it a dandy. And number 7, Campbell, makes the catch. And the Ypsilanti defenders are dismayed. 1st down, goal to go Farmington from the 9. And they won't get much on 1st down. A couple of yards of forward progress credited to Petaway.
Tackled by Desmond Davis and JT Maxson.
So the play picks up 25 yards. The pass to Campbell converts a 4th down and 15, roughly. I think it was 4th and 13. But they picked it up, and in some kind of style. Clock running here. Under 2:20 to go in the 3rd quarter. Lincoln leads the football game by 6. Another play on the ground. Again, it's not much of a gain. Petaway on the carry. He got it back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all. So 3rd down, goal to go. Farmington at the, I'm looking, I shouldn't have to guess. It's about the 7-yard line. Maybe it's the 8. Actually, call it the 9. So 3rd and goal from the 9. And I'll tell you one thing that Coach said to me today. It's not likely that they're going to be attempting any field goals of length, the Falcons. So you can expect here that this is what the professionals call 2-down territory. All right. Pagey. Deep into the end zone. I think he overthrew. And it's incomplete. Tough to pass when you're, inside the 10-yard line like this. So it becomes 4th down, 4th and goal from the 9. Falcons trail it by 6 with 1:12 to go in the 3rd. So they either score or they turn the ball over. And if they turn the ball over, at least they'll have Lincoln backed up to their own goal line, potentially. Timeout called by Lincoln. Excuse me while I have a refreshing beverage here.
Timeout, Lincoln.
Thank you for that, audience. That respite. So we're late in the 3rd. 20-14, visiting Lincoln leads Farmington here at Falcon Field, where it's nighttime now. It is about 8:53 Eastern Daylight Time. Been a good ball game here. Turnovers have, as they do, have played a big role in this one. And right now, and even here late in the 3rd, again, 1:12 left. This ball game may ride on the arms of Dominic Pacey or the legs of Cam Petaway. And on this particular drive, we've seen number 7, Sean Campbell, with his first touches of the night, and one a 30-yard run. The other was a 25-yard catch as the Falcons converted on a 4th and 15, roughly. Maybe 4th and 13. So here we go. 4th down, goal to go. The line of scrimmage is the 9. Pacey out of the gun. Number 4, Petaway, off his left hip. Pacey drops, throws a line drive, a bullet into the end zone, and it's incomplete.
Pacey's pass intended for number 10, Jaden Van.
Tried to squeeze it in there for Jaden Van, and it gets broken up. They're helping Sean Williams up. He was in there on the breakup.
1st down, Lincoln.
And, everything worked on the play except the completion of the pass. I mean, Pacey had enough time, stepped into his throw, fired a bullet, and it just went incomplete. All right, so it'll be 1st and 10, Lincoln at their own 9-yard line. Scoreboard says the 8-yard line. I don't know, maybe. I don't know. I think it's the 9. It doesn't matter. You know, they're back deep in their own zone. And they take over, well, you see, they take over with 105 left in the third quarter. So the score remains the same. Lincoln up by 6. So I've told my rail splitter story. That was pretty important to me coming in. I mean, I had to, you know, go do research on it, right? A flag is thrown in a dead ball situation. It maybe delay a game here against Lincoln. I called him for procedure. So maybe
Lincoln.
I don't see. Well, I'm not sure Lincoln was in a set position to run a play, so I don't see how it could be called a false start. And I was actually looking. I thought maybe it was well. Anyways, backs him up half the distance, and that puts him back. Well, at the 5. The nose of the football is closest to the 5. And on first down, Falcons are in to tackle the ball carrier after a short gain. Notice to Mike Woods, number 5, laying the wood on that play, right?
Tackled by Sammy Ramsey and other Falcons.
So it's going to be 2nd and a dozen as the ball's out to the 8. Well, a stop here for Farmington would be huge. Trey Ritchie, bit of a high snap, gets the handoff away and room on the left side. I think a flag comes in, it does. And the ball carrier gets all the way out beyond the 30-yard line, Tyler Jones.
Number 24, Cam Hughes. There's a flag down.
And that flag was thrown at about the 15-yard line. It could be holding. It is holding. It is against Lincoln.
Holding on Lincoln.
So there's a, well, you say it's a break for Farmington, but maybe they don't get the, 23-yard run without the foul. Let's take a look. Jones, number 7, on that handoff, and he cuts it up right in that mess of bodies is where the flag was thrown. But Wilson able to, or Jones, I should say, able to get out beyond the 30-yard line. But now he doesn't.
And at the end of the third
and there's the end of the third quarter. So Lincoln will have third and a bit on the first play of the fourth quarter following that fortuitous for Farmington holding penalty. There we go. I am kind of, dehydrating a little bit up here. I'll take a sip of this sports drink if you don't mind, because it's one of those situations. I'm a little worried I'm getting a little goofy. I don't think I'm going to die up here heat stroke.
Result for our 50-50
I certainly hope not. So, at any rate, good ball game tonight. 2014, Lincoln with the lead. You see me jog a little to my right. I'm trying to get my eyes on the score, but it doesn't matter, right? I know we're after 3 quarters. There it is. I know we're done with 3, about to start the 4th. I know the score. Lincoln, the guests, the visitors, 20-14 over the Falcons, and it's the down distance isn't right though. It's third down.
7, 4, 3.
It really is. I think. And the line, now it's, I think it is. I think that's right. But I think it's third down. I'm going to wait till they, as I've been doing all night long, wait for the yard line bearers to. Nope, it is. It's second down. So in all the penalties, I've lost track of the down again. Sure, it looks easy until you do it. Second down and 12, Lincoln, and the line of scrimmage is the 7 or 8. It's all right on the 7. Second and a dozen. Lincoln has the ball and the lead as we move into quarter number 4. 20-14. Trey Ritchie fakes the handoff, looks to pick up yardage by himself, won't. I think 3 Falcons were right there to say, not going to happen. The first one to get there was, I thought, in my judgment, number 2, Aaron McCray, sorry. See, they got the camera operator. It's not just me that happens to. And nobody need feel embarrassed about that. It's a good fake. And it's designed to fool you, and it's fooling guys down on the field. Occasionally it's going to fool us up here in the press box. More often than you'd like to think. But that's good fakeration. Not a word. Or is it? Or could be. Well, never mind. Third down. The play lost a couple, so the line of scrimmage to 15. But Richie gets his pass away, and it sails incomplete as he went for the home run ball. Trying to find Sean Williams, didn't quite. Now going to have to punt it away from their own 5. So this is a big development in this football game for the Falcons. They don't get points driving deep into Lincoln territory, but with the help of a holding call, they make the rail splitters go 3 and out. Plus which, the punter, and it is Richie, number 8, is going to be standing way back deep in his end zone. The line of scrimmage is the 5. And if you're thinking about a fake, the line to gain is the 19. So I don't think they're thinking about a fake. But maybe Farmington doesn't think they're thinking of a fake either, and maybe this is just what the rail splitters wanted the Falcons to think. Straight punt. And there we go. Pretty decent boot. They'll let it land at the 40 and bounce in favor of the rail splitters, and it rolls to a rest. Well, it is. It's at a rest. It has stopped, and it's at the 42, 43 yard line. You see, we got they say the 43. Good. I'm good with that. And 43 it is. Falcons in Lincoln territory. They take over, as you see, with 10:48 to go here in this third quarter. First and 10, Farmington. Remember, they scored on their first series of the game after a terrific kickoff return. Gave him field position out near midfield. Cam Petaway broke a long run, 62 yards in the second quarter. That's been their scoring tonight. Petaway's got 2 touchdowns in this game, and there he is again. And he muscles up down the near left side, and he's down inside the 40, almost to the 35. They'll say he's down at the 36. It's a gain of 7.
7 yards on the play.
Look, that's just power running is all that is. And remember, the junior Petaway here, number 4, on that touchdown run, he was able to break that, just muscle his way past the last defender. He didn't outrace him, he out-muscled him. And he almost got away again. He's going to carry the ball again. And he's close to the marker. Close, but I think short about a yard. I'm not liking this spot. He's down. They judge him down at the 35, so it's only a gain of a yard, and it's 3rd and 2. 3rd and 2 from the 35. And again, no criticism of the officials intended when I say I'm not liking the spot. It could be for a variety of reasons. But again, I didn't have a clear view of it. I'm blocked out by players standing on the sideline. This play's going to lose. Petaway again. And Jabril Conde, highly thought of and really a large high school student, was able to, well, he took Petaway before Petaway could get back to the line of scrimmage. A loss of a yard on the play moves it back to the 36. It's 4th and 3 from the 36, and here come the Falcons going for it again. I would say it's pretty important they pick this one up. Down by a touchdown, down by 6 here early in the 4th quarter. But you're not always going to get that great field position from which to start a drive that the Falcons got here. And Coach Albrecht's going to say, guys, it'd be really nice if we could pick this one up.
Time you want to night out in downtown Farmington. Friendly staff and friendly prices for Farmington Civic Theater. You can now become a member. Unlimited.
I'm making signs here in the booth. Somebody brings me a gator because I'm telling you, my goodness, it's hot up here. Oh, mercy. I'm having a good time. I know that's I know that's likely not very important to you, but I'm having a nice time up here tonight. So, and a good game. And it doesn't come down to this. This is just a big play. 9:23 remaining in the game. Falcons are down 6, and they're going for it here on 4th and 3. The line to gain is the 33. The line of scrimmage is the 36. Pesce. Nice looking spread offense here. Throws it deep. Oh, he threw it too deep. Incomplete. Petaway wants a call. It's not going to happen.
Number 4, Cam Petaway.
At any rate, it does go incomplete, and it's turned over on downs by the Falcons. So the chance there goes a glimmering little bit. So the change of possession occurs with 9:18 to go. And Ipsy, 1st and 10. Where are they at? The 36, right? Yep. So, 9, that's a lot of time. This is Trey Ritchie, the quarterback. Oh, he breaks one tackle. Can't break another, though. But he gets a first down. Out to
Number 8, Trey Ritchie kept the ball.
I guess it's the 47.
Madison. First down, Lincoln.
So he gets 11 on the keeper. First down, Ypsilanti now at the Falcon 47-yard line. What about a turnover? Huh? That'd work. Ypsilanti, they've had, 2 turnovers tonight? 1 on the kickoff and an interception. Yeah, 2 turnovers. So they're +2 in the game on turnovers. The Falcons have yet to get a TO or a turnover. Sometimes TO means timeout. I don't want to mess with the nomenclature. Nice defense. Good defense. Who are you? Gets up number 10 for Farmington. That's Jaden Van.
Number 10, Jaden Van with the hit.
And I believe that's going to be, well, let's see. I think it's no gain. Yeah, it's no gain. On the play by Venn, and it turns into a 2nd and 10 situation for the rail splitters. There's a penalty that I missed entirely because the official is making a gesture, and he's picking up a flag, which I should have seen. But again, take heart, everybody. I'm getting that cataract surgery on the 14th next month. I really hope it works. If it doesn't, let's say they mess it up. Well, I already can't see out of my right eye, basically. I'd be done. They won't, right? It's a cataract surgery. Oh, goodness. But you see, when you lose the sight in one eye, the redundancy from the system has been removed, and you get a little squeamish, a little catty about things like this. 35, so it's a 10-yard penalty, 11 yards, actually. Whoa, another big hit, and the man finally goes down. Owen Madison just came up and drilled the ball carrier.
Tackled by Owen Madison.
And he went, but not. It looked like he was going to get away. But it's a really nice stick here by Madison. Number 11 for the Falcons. Boom. Right. But a nice job by Tyler Jones to spin away, and then in the spinning, and with an assist from the Falcon, they gave him a little shove and knocked him down. Down he goes. So no gain. 2nd down at the 37-yard line. 2nd down and 20. Ritchie, complete across the way, and it'll be 3rd down and a dozen after that pass completion to JT Maxson. Woods on the stop for the Falcons. Now, I keep saying, a couple more months and it won't be the sports drink. By the way, sports drink people, if you came across a little cash, we would mention you by name here on the air. Just saying. But a couple months here, we'll be begging not for sports drink, but for, hot chocolate. Any brand will do. I think it's 3rd and long, if you were to ask me. And the pass goes incomplete.
Richie's pass.
So now it's 4th down and long. 4th and a dozen from about, what, the 42-ish.
Jaden Van on the coverage.
And
incomplete.
I'm expecting an Ypsilanti punt, aren't you? Odds of making a 12-yard gain aren't great, but if you fail to make it, the field position isn't the worst. I mean, you've successfully defended from near midfield a few times in this game if you're Ypsilanti. But I'm guessing they're going to just go with the punt. Richie, the quarterback, in to kick it away. Somebody will explain to me at some point why the quarterback in the high school level is most likely, or often, I should say, often is also the punter. Does it go back to the punt, pass, and kick days? The kick here is down at about the 22. There's the whole deal. Well, except for the down and distance and such. Falcons will have a 1st and 10. I think it's a 22. Well, they say 23, fine. But now, 633 doesn't sound as good if you're Farmington as a number that starts with, well, say a 9, right? So that possession by Lincoln, they didn't gain a lot of yards, but they took a lot of time off the clock. About 3 minutes worth. So 6.5 left in the 4th. The score is Lincoln 20, Farmington 14. Farmington fell behind early in the 3rd quarter, and they've been scratching and clawing to make up that deficit ever since. The closest they came was a 1st and goal situation at the 9, and they failed to come away with any points. A 4 and out. Oh, nice jersey grab as Cam Petaway almost got away.
Cam Petaway on the carry.
And I give
number 11, Desmond Davis.
Davis, number 11, got the stop. Take a look at in the old days, when I went to Farmington High School, that jersey, whether it be mesh or some such, it would just tear right off. It actually was called a tearaway jersey, but they made them illegal. So this sort of tackle, this sort of plays back in the game, and it certainly worked to Lincoln's advantage right there. But a gain for Farmington on the 1st down of about 5 yards. Oh, there's a quick hitter up the middle, and Petaway gets away from one man, gets away from another, dragged down, but not before. He's all the way out to the 40-yard line for a 13-yard gain and a Farmington 1st down. 1st and 10 Falcons at their 40-yard line. The clock winding down, 6:18 left to go. It's stopped to move the chains right now. 1st and 10 Farmington at the 40. Cam Petaway, a breakout story in this football game for Farmington, the junior running back, number 4. We'll be talking to Coach Jason Albrecht about him in the near future. We've got a timeout, or is it it's an injured Lincoln player, number 14. Christian Hamilton is the player who's a little bit slow to respond. So he'll be tended to. Everybody's going to take a little break here, which I think is a good thing. So the situation is 6:18 left in the game on opening night here. You know what? We've got a little stoppage. I've already told my rail splitter story. I thought it was pretty good, did you? And let's check the out-of-town scoreboard. Davison leading Clarkston 21-14 4th quarter. Adams all over Orchard Lake St. Mary 42-7 4th quarter. Adams on top of, I just gave you that score. Never mind. Davison Clarkson, Troy, Lance Cruz, who cares? Eisenhower 27, Lake Orion 17 in the 3rd. There it is. Oh, my goodness. North Farmington's going to lose. Well, it looks like it. Groves 27, North Farmington 10. That's in the 3rd quarter. That report filed some 24 minutes ago. But a big deficit for the Raiders on the road. They came into the season with a 6-game losing streak. I thought they were going to go deep in the playoffs last year after that 3-0 start. Who didn't? They scored 40 points. There's the flag on the play. They scored over 40 points in those 3 victories in each of them. And then they proceeded. They lost 6 in a row, many close. And they ended the season, you recall. Traverse City came to town and beat them, 56-0 or 56-7. Coach Harrington told me before the game, he said, I think we got snookered on this one because they didn't realize how good Traverse City was. And the only thing that amazed me thereafter, they're picking up the flag, as you can see. So that is going to be a gain for the Falcons.
Ref picks up the flag. No penalty.
And it's first, well, it was just a 2-yard gain out to the 42-yard line, 2nd down and 8. And then I just expected, from what I'd seen that night, remember they had this star quarterback who was going to Notre Dame next year, which would be this year. And the way they rolled over the Raiders, I just thought they were going to, cruise to a state title. They got hammered in the championship game. They did not win the state championship. But it looks right now like North Farmington is going to start 0-1, and that will mean for them a 7-game losing streak. We'll have them on TV 10 next Friday night. There's a 5-6 yard gain on 2nd down for Farmington. Once again, it's that guy, Petaway. He's got both the touchdowns for Farmington tonight, and they really need him to, well, pick up a 3rd. Or they need another guy in the navy blue jersey to pick up a touchdown. Lincoln, they play in something called the SEC West. And that's one thing I forgot to do today was ascertain what SEC stands for, didn't. It's a good thing there's not a phone in the booth for fans to call. That thing would be lighting up. It should be 3rd down, shouldn't it? We had a gain of 2 on 1st down and a gain of 3 here on 2nd down. Or 4. At any rate, it should be 3rd down and 4 from the 45. Now they change it. Good. Well, not good for the Falcons. They'd love to have it be 2nd down, but according to the rules, it's 3rd down. And it's 3rd down and 4 Farmington. At their own 45-yard line, they're down 6. Oh, that pitch didn't fool the right side, the left side of the, that didn't fool any of the defense. I don't care what side they were on. It's a loss on the play.
Okay.
And that's a loss back to the 39-yard line. So that's a 6-yard loss. So that's going to mean it'll be a 4th down and 10. 4th and 10 Falcons from their own 39. This time they will punt. All right. And out of bounds it goes. They'll say at the, somebody help me, 37-yard line. All right, no laughing matter here. We're down to 4:28 to go.
First down, Lincoln.
And Lincoln's going to take over. They've got a 6-point lead, and they've got 1st and 10 at their own 37. And I'm getting sort of staticky here in my headphones. All right, 1st and 10 to Lincoln. Just a smidge under 4.5 to play. And Lincoln with a lead of just a smidge under a touchdown. They're up 6, and they're going to get a big play on the first play of this possession. Down inside the 30-yard line. And the only thing that was prevented a touchdown was the tackle by Owen Madison as Sean Williams goes from his 37-yard line to the Farmington 27-yard line. And that's a 36-yard pickup. You see him here. That's a nice touch. That's a great shot and a nice touch. He's directing the blockers downfield. And there comes Madison to effectuate the tackle. Made a nice, got him around the ankles ultimately. And anybody's going to go down when he got him around the ankles. But as we say, not before he'd picked up 36, and now Lincoln has the football at the Falcon 27-yard line. Tick, 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 and they lead by 6, and here's a tackle. Again, no, it's not Madison this time. That's number 44, Christian Jackson. And that was either at the line of scrimmage or slightly behind it. In other words, either a loss of a yard or no gain. Looks like a loss of a couple, right? Yeah, it is. Back to the 29, so 2nd and a dozen. Clock is running, 3:15. Here's Richie keeping it, going around the left side, and picks up pretty decent yardage, you'd have to say.
Tackle by number 10.
Down to the 22-yard line, so it's a gain of 7. It's 3rd and 3. And now you'd say this is a dire situation for Farmington. They really need to get this stop, and they need to stop it in such a fashion that that Lincoln's out of field goal range. Field goal, of course, would put them up 9. It'd be making a 2-score game. Late. Very late. That's how late. And you see it's ticking away. Richie, he's going to keep it. They bang helmets at the 25-yard line. It's Wilson doing the Keyshawn Wilson doing the banging for the Falcons. And a timeout is, I think it's a timeout. I'm almost certain of it.
Timeout.
And it's Farmington that calls it. That's their first of the second half. 2:05 left to go in the football game. And they, bear with me while I check out the down and distance here. It's 4th down and about 7. And I mean, it's about 7. It might be 6, but I think it's, according to the rules, I think it's 4th and 7. It would be 6.5 if you wanted to pin me down on it. But it's 4th down. Or check it. It is 4th down, isn't it? No, it's, yeah, 4th down. So they've accomplished what they wanted to accomplish. And they got it done on that hit right there by Wilson. He stopped the ball carrier. I think they're too deep for a field goal attempt. Because it'd be about, well, they're going to go for the field goal. At least they show that. This would be a 41-yard attempt. 41-yard try by Quinn Wilkerson. This would effectively win the game for Lincoln. No, it was partially blocked. And I believe this is a live ball. And the Falcons return it pretty close to the original line of scrimmage out around the 25-yard line. It was picked up as it rolled towards the end zone. I think it was Wilson, number 6. No, it's not. Was that number 18? James Marshall? Or is it number 10? Campbell. Or actually, Campbell's not 10. Jaden Venn, V-E-N-N, Venn. All right, he returns the blocked field goal out to the 25-yard line, right, as I say, pretty close to the line of scrimmage when they attempted the field goal. But the Falcons have the football. They've got 2 timeouts left. They've got 1:52 to go on the clock. 1st and 10 Farmington at their own 25-yard line. They are 75 yards away. Pacey looking, throwing, and it's caught. Out to about the 33-yard line goes Luke Donahue.
Luke Donahue.
Donahue gets 8 on 1st down. 2nd and 2 from the 33. Pacey, far sideline, has a man. It's going to be 1st down yardage. You wish that Venn, who catches a second pass in as many downs, had been able to get out of bounds. But as you see, the clock does stop to move the chains. 1st and 10 Falcons. They are at their own 37-yard line. They are 63 yards away, trailing it by 6. As we approach the final minute tonight at Falcon Stadium, and it's dropped down there, incomplete, by Luke Donahue. And I know the cries of anguish from the fans when that happens, but what we have to remember is what we're watching here, what we're broadcasting here tonight is kids learning how to play football. And, you know, drops are part of learning to play football. Drops happen to NFL guys who are wide open. Here we go, second down, 10 yards to go from the 40. Pesci, long down the near left side and just out of the reach of Sean Campbell. Third down, 1:04 left on the clock. 3rd and 10 Farmington. 60 yards away now. You see there's the whole situation, right? Ypsilanti leading by 6. Just over a minute to go, 64 seconds. And it is second down at 10 for Dom Pesci and his Farmington Falcons. And this is, make no mistake, his team. Big kid, too. 6'2", I think. Pesci steps into his throw, and it's incomplete on the far sideline. Again, trying to squeeze one in there, and he almost did. It was intended again for Venn, number 10. So, third down. This is exciting, isn't it? Friday night. Here's what depressed me doing the research before the game. Apparently somebody has called a timeout because you got players kneeling out there and whatnot. When the kids who are seniors tonight graduate in the spring, okay, this will occur 50 years after I graduated from Farmington High School, but I have to point out, nevertheless, class of 73, FHS 73, continues to rule. That's the way it is. 3rd and 10. The kids are kicking up their heels in the stands below us. And the pass is caught short of the first down. Just a hair short, too. It's out to the 49-yard line, almost technically to midfield. The Falcons immediately call timeout. It's going to be 4th and a yard, technically from the 49-yard line as we go to 53 seconds to go. 4th and a yard for Farmington. They call the timeout. This is their second of the second half. As you see, Pesci. And all the reports on Dom Pesci, and again, 1,900 yards in passing last year and a dozen touchdowns. And everything I've read about him calls him an undiscovered gem. Like he snuck in under the radar and was one of the better quarterbacks here in the OAA. But that was 4th down. They've turned the ball over. I'm sorry, fans. Yeah, they'll take a knee and they just got to run out there. This game's over. I'm sorry, guys. I missed that one. I lost my down. Boy, I hate when I do that. To be honest with you, I hate when the Falcons lose, too, which they're going to do now because all Ipsy's got to do is take some knees. You hit 30 seconds to go. And so they were that close, a yard, maybe less. Away from maintaining possession and having a chance to extend the drive. But the 4-game winning streak for Farmington, all of which occurred last season, will come to an end here on opening night tonight. Falcons led it 14-13 at the half. And then Ipsy got what turned out to be the only points of the second half very early in the third quarter. They took on a run by their quarterback, Trey Ritchie. And that turned out to be the difference. The Falcons, they had a terrific chance in the third quarter when they had a 1st and goal at the 9-yard line, but they couldn't cash in. And that was really the only chance. It was the best chance, really the only chance that they had to come back and tie or take the lead in this football game here tonight. 20-14 is the final. I was going to say you like this, you like that, but at the end of the day, Coach Albrecht and his team isn't going to like the fact that they lost this football game, and neither will the Falcons. So on opening night here tonight at Falcon Field, it is a victory by visiting Ypsilanti Lincoln. They win it 20-14, and we'll prepare ourselves to take our first look at the North Farmington Raiders. That'll be a week from tomorrow night. I'm just looking on my my Twitter feed just to see if there's an update on that score. We can pass. Well, look at this. It's Groves 27, North Farmington 19. So it's a one-score game there. North Farmington may come back. Well, that's a fourth quarter score, and that score was reported less than a minute ago. So on the Twitter feed, they generally don't tell you how much time is left, that sort of thing. But North Farmington, they were trailing 27-10. How'd they get 9? Well, they did. So, as we say, they're trailing. We'll see them against Caledonia a week from tomorrow night. That's Friday, September 2nd.
Falcons.
And we'll have the game for you. It's 7 o'clock Eastern time. And if you're watching, let's say in Albania, Portugal, I got some friends in Portugal. That is GMT +5. All right. Opening night. And it's Ypsilanti Lincoln 20. The Farmington Falcons 14, and on behalf of a terrific crew, I'm Rich Kincaid. Thanks so much for tuning in tonight. We'll see you next week.
We're coming out for our early game and honoring our soldiers tonight.